Norma, and I have a haul video. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video. Gosh, when was the last time I did one? March, April, maybe? It's been a while. But anyway, I had to go to Yankee Candle today to get some fall candles. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you probably know that it seems like every fall I'd be on a wax ban and I'd not, go get the fall candles, and which is crazy because fall is like the best season to burn. It's most people's favorite season to burn candles. And I love fall candles, but I just always seem to be on a wax ban because I was trying to reduce my stash. And then last fall, I really, really ran into a shortage of candles because, some of my nieces wanted candles. So I kind of went through thinking I had more than I did. And I basically decimated my fall stash. And then by the time I got around to going to a store, I mean, they were just out of like the votives, they're out of the tea lights. And so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to suffer through with what I have. And then next year I'll get some more. So next year has come, and I had to get some candles, people. So before I get into my haul, which you can see before you, I'll just give you a brief life update. My life has been really, really stressful. Work has been just crazy, 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 crazy busy to the point where it's like as soon as I get to work, I'm, going at it, and I don't really even get a break unless I actually physically leave the building because there's just so much work to be done. I can't keep up. The emails, I get like 100 emails a day, and just, a lot of complicated stuff I have to deal with. It's been like very, very high stress, to the point where a week ago Friday, I mean, I had to leave during lunch and just cry just because I had so much stress built up in me that I just had to let it go. So since then, I've kind of been a little bit better. Sometimes all you need is a good cry. But then, in my personal life, I've had a lot of stress, dealing with my mom and her dementia, my sister moving. My family doesn't seem to be willing to help, which has been just another huge source of stress. So I haven't really been able to pay attention to what's going on in the candle world. And even though I run a candle group and I'm approving posts and I'm reviewing posts, I'm looking to see what's going on, it was like none of it was registering upstairs. I mean, I know that Yankee Candle had a glitch that was going on for days or weeks even, and people were getting amazing deals, and I couldn't even stop enough to breathe, let alone stop and look at the website and to see what was going on. I couldn't do it. And then last weekend, the Yankee came out with my favorite coupon, which is like, the $50 off of 100. And I couldn't take advantage of that either because I was just coming off, the big stressful week at work and the cry, and I just had to take some downtime, and just it was too much. I just couldn't do it. So this weekend, I actually have a little bit of a chance to breathe. We are in the middle of a summer heat wave. The real feel with the humidity temperatures is like 110 degrees right now. It's just super hot. It's like the craziest weekend to go and buy fall candles. But I actually have time to do it this weekend, so I did it. The freeway that I normally take to see my mom is closed for construction this weekend, and although there are alternate routes, I just don't prefer them. So between the heat wave and the freeway closure, I decided that instead of going down this weekend, I'll just take Monday off of work. The weather's going to be much better then. We have some business to take care of in town, so it'll be just better to go on a Monday anyway. And so I have a weekend free for me, and so I decided to go candle shopping. And there are actually a lot of really good sales right now. I know Colonial Candle has a BOGO sale. Bath and Body Works has like $10 off the 3 wicks, and I actually did pop into the White Barn when I went to the mall, but I decided not to buy any candles there today because I do work across the street from a Bath and Body Works, so it's fairly easy for me to get Bath and Body Works candles now, but it's really, really hard for me to get to a Yankee store. They closed down the store at the mall I used to go to. In fact, that entire mall is going to be closing. So I had to go to another mall. It's not that far from me at all, but it's just not on my way home or on my way to work or on my way anywhere. So even though it's close, it's just not on my way. So I just haven't been going, but I went today, and oh, I'm so excited to show you guys what I got. So it was really, really hard for me to focus and not go crazy because it's been a while since I've actually been candle shopping for fall candles and in the store, not even online, in the store. But I knew when I went, I wanted to get my favorites. So Yankee Candle came out with a coupon. I believe it expires tomorrow, July 21st. And it's basically a buy one, get one, or buy two, get two, buy three, get three. So that's what I did. So even though you see 4 candles before you, I actually got 2 of each. And when I went in, I knew I was going to absolutely get Macintosh, Autumn Wreath, and Apple Pumpkin. And then I was debating on maybe trying one of the new, I think it's called the Farm Stand Collection, or maybe getting another apple candle. Like I was considering Autumn in the Park, cinnamon, what is it? Apple cinnamon, sugared cinnamon apple, I think it's called, or Honeycrisp apple. I mean, I love their apple scent, so I was just having a really hard time focusing. So what I end up getting is I end up getting 2 Macintosh, 2 Autumn Wreath, 2 Apple Pumpkin, and 2 Cider House. Cider House seems to be the buzz fall candle for Yankee this year, and I think it is justified. And I'm going to go into my impressions of the candle in a minute. But they also had the small jars, buy two get two. So I end up getting 4 of the Macintosh baby jars, and then I got 3 of the Cider House, which is all they had left in the store. So then I end up getting 1 Apple Pumpkin. So I'm not going to really go into discussion about Macintosh, Autumn Wreath, or Apple Pumpkin. They're classics. They've been around for a while. But just in case you happen to be new to Yankee, Macintosh is basically a fresh tart apple. And, lately I've been kind of really craving and going back to basic scents. I've been there and I've done it, buying so many different scents, unique scents, different versions of scents, trying this, that, and the other thing, and I'm kind of done with that right now. I really am going back to the basics, which is why I kind of stuck to their classics. Macintosh, which is the fresh tart apple, not even tart, it's just a fresh, clean apple scent. Autumn Wreath is that typical apple potpourri craft store kind of scent. Apple Pumpkin has been a classic for Yankee for several years now. It's that beautiful mix of apple and pumpkin, which gives it a warmth and a depth. Probably one of my favorite candles from Yankee. But after listening to all the buzz and watching a few reviews, I had to get Cider House. And actually, I had to go back to the store a second time to pick it up. Because when I first smelled it, I was like, I don't know. Because I wasn't sure what I was smelling. Sometimes I just smelled like red hot cinnamon. Sometimes I was getting just like a generic apple spice scent. Sometimes I was actually picking up like a cherry note. And I was like, I'm not sure. So I originally just got my Macintosh Autumn Wreath Apple Pumpkin. I left the store, went all the way home, came back, and I was thinking about it and thinking about it. went on YouTube, watched a few reviews, and it's like, that's it. I'm just going to go and get it. So I got back in my car, drove in the 110-degree heat to buy Cider House. And I'm really glad I did. I think this candle, out of the entire collection that is new this year, it's actually my favorite. And I think it's going to be a crowd pleaser because it is a classic fall apple type scent. I did smell some of the other ones, and they just weren't really in my wheelhouse. And my mission today was just to buy apple scents, so that's what I did. Now, the scent notes for Cider House, the top notes are Fuji apple and golden honey. The mid notes are cinnamon bark, clove, nutmeg. And then the bottom notes are sandalwood, tonka bean, and vanilla. So what do I smell? I actually smell a little bit of all of that. Like I said, when I was sniffing the candles, every time I like give it a whiff, I pick up something different. Sometimes, it smells just like, well, this candle reminds me a lot of red apple wreath. I definitely pick up, that red apple wreath note, but it's like red apple wreath meets cinnamon sugared apple meets apple cider, and then throw in some drunken boozy cherry and vanilla. And that to me is Cider House. I think it's just a blend of all of that. Uh, and if it throws well and performs well, I think it's going to be a hit, and it may end up being a staple for Yankee if it can meet up to its expectations. I have been burning it for maybe about 3 hours. I had it in my computer room, which is basically turned into a storage room, Babel. And I could definitely detect it in there, and it was wafting out into the hallway. So in that size room, which is basically an average size bedroom, it seemed to do okay. It wasn't overpowering, but it hasn't pulled out yet either. In this room, which is a great room, I mean, all my candles struggle. It's really hard to get a scent through. So we'll see. I'll probably end up having to pick maybe up a couple more. I'm definitely going to be getting some votives. In fact, the manager of the store, she thought next weekend or the following weekend they were going to have the dollar tartan votive sale. So I definitely need to get some votives. And at some point they have to have another 50 off of 100 sale because I need some tea lights. And but yeah, I'm just really excited to get some of my favorite fall candles back in the house because I haven't had an autumn wreath in I think 2 years. Macintosh maybe a couple years, because the last time I had Macintosh it didn't throw. It was like almost scentless. So fingers crossed. I mean, I did hear that the candles for 2019 seem to be performing well and having throw, which is kind of why I took the plunge. So I'm really really hoping that's the case. And I'm really excited to try the new Cider House. Like I said, it seems to be getting a lot of buzz, and so far all the reviews seem to be favorable. And the fact that I could smell it before it even pulled out is a plus. So fingers crossed, it turns out to be a good one. And there you guys have it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and have a blessed day.